Hello, dear professor. I will introduce myself. Well, I'm Anthony. I think that you can see my ID is writing here. I think it's uh, with this. So it's me. And here, let me see if you can see my name. Well, that's my picture. And obviously, as I have the background, you might not see it clearly, my name. But obviously that's me. Okay, so let's start with this, the rules of agreement. In this case, I will explore and go deep down about everything that concerns to this topic. So we will start with the first section. So we will start with the sentence construction. And what is it? As important as learning how a clause is formed, it is knowing the rules to connect all elements in a syntactic construction. Two linguistic phenomena of syntactic linkage, known as agreement and the other one, the government. We're going to get through the idea of the first one, the agreement section. Okay, taking into account that when using conversational English, we must select which words within phrases or clauses are made up of coherent structures and give meaning. According to Miller, 2002, English uses word order and prepositions to signal syntactic links. But what do I mean with this? Basically, we are going to have in agreement two sections of a same sentence. Basically, it refers to the relationship between the noun of the sentence, the NP, and the verb of the sentence, or VP. I will give you an example. The stand-up show was incredible. I have not laughed so much in years. As we are going to have the subject in this sentence will be the stand-up show, right? So that's the NP. And obviously it's going to be related with the VP, which is was. So as you can see right in here, we're going to have the NP, the subject, in this case, the stand-up show, and also the VP, which is going to be was in this case. But we do have some rules in order to take into consideration the part of agreement. Well, in this part, we are going to have two types of agreement, the formal and the notional. What is going to be the formal about? Well, the formal deals with the structure of language, the formal part, the part which concerns to the structure of the words to form sentences. And the notional, this deals with the meaning. Okay, so relations of agreement. In English language, there are these different relations of agreement between subject-verb agreement and subject pronouns. All parts of a sentence should agree. In general, if the subject is singular, the verb and any pronouns referring to the subject should be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb of and any pronouns referring to the subject should be plural. Changing a subject from singular to plural might change other parts of the sentence too. And this is what are we going to analyze in the next 6 rules that we need to get through. I will give you 3 examples right now so you can have a better understanding of this section. For example, the boy is going to clean up his room. So we have one boy and there is just one room. The next example, the boys are going to clean up their room. So I'm having 2 or more boys and just one shared room. In the third example, pay attention. The boys are going to clean up their rooms. This means that there are 2 or more boys and each has its own room, right? So let's get through the examples directly writing here. The rules of agreement. Rule number 1, check the subject before the prepositional phrase headed by of. Okay, let's check the first example. The correct way of this example to be written or spoken would be, a crew of musicians is crucial to develop a music festival. The incorrect way will be, a crew of musicians are crucial to develop a music festival. So in this section will be wrong because according to the rule, it says headed by of the prepositional phrase. In this case, I have a crew of musicians. Even though that I have musicians in that section, the first part it's headed by of. So a crew of, I need to use is because I am using a. A crew of musicians is crucial to develop a music festival. Let's continue with the next rule, rules of agreement. Number 2, Singular objects, two singular objects connected by or, either or neither nor require a singular verb. For example, Billy or Steve has to bring the solution. There is a singular, okay? Has. Second example, either you or your sister has to take a decision now. Can you check? There is a singular has. Neither granny nor grandpa want to come to the Christmas party. Okay, so as you can check over there, in this case, I will have grandpa wants to come to the Christmas party. I'm using a singular verb over there, okay? So let's continue with this following section, which is going to be the number 3, rules of agreement, part 3. When having a singular and plural as subjects, and we use or, either or neither nor, these must agree with the noun or pronoun closest to it. For example, either the teacher or the students were eager to continue to the lesson, because I have students as a plural, okay? And the rule says, when having a singular and plural as subjects, and we use or, either or, neither or nor. In this case, I'm using either and or. So the students were, because it's the closest one. Second example, neither the football players nor the coach wants to leave the meeting until everything has been set clear, because I have the first section, which is going to be the football players. Even though that they are plural, the rule says that the verb needs to go in singular because I have just one coach. So it's the closer one. As you can check in the first example, I have the students. Okay, so that will be the plural form. And in the other section, I just have the coach, which is singular. So once. Let's continue with rule number 4. Rule number 4 of agreement: when the subjects are singular or plural and are connected by and, use a plural verb form. Example, Diego and his band are taking the stage right now. As you can check from here, so I'm having an and, right? So that's why I need to use the are. So Diego and his band are taking the stage right now. My mom and dad are buying some groceries, because I am using the and, okay? So that's why I have to use are, the plural verb form. Let's continue with the following rule, which is going to be rule number 5, rules of agreement number 5. In cases in which the singular subject is separated by phrases such as along with, as well as, the verb remains in agreement with the subject since the phrase are not part of it. Examples, LeBron James, along with his teammates, is taking over the season, okay? As you can see right in here, even though that I have teammates in plural, I have the phrase along with. So that's why I need to take into consideration the subject, which is going to be LeBron James, a singular. So LeBron James is taking over the season. Next example, pay attention, because I have the cops as well as the civilians were facing confrontations during the rush hour, okay? Why do I use here plural? Because I have the cops at the beginning. So I have the cops were facing confrontations during the rush hour. And the final rule, which will be number 6 of the rules of agreement, will be if the noun after of is singular, use a singular verb with words like percent, fraction, majority, some, all, etc. If the nouns is plural, then use a plural verb form. Examples, 56% of adults in the USA are overweight, right? Because I am using of adults are overweight. Second example, the majority of the group is not taking the vaccine. Right now I'm taking the group. So the majority of the group is not taking the vaccine. Right, so I hope that this is a little bit clearer. This was my explanation concerning to the topic of the agreement. I think it's pretty interesting to be always learning more. And if there is any kind of doubt, I will be pretty welcome to receive any kind of comment. Thank you so much.